F1, when I said earlier, it's just less responsibility on you, and it's just like an internship year where you get to work as a doctor but do less things. So you're basically learning how to be a doctor in that first 1 year, and it's a compulsory rotation of 12 months where you have to do like medicine, surgery, pediatrics, and obstetrics and gynecology. It's just basically getting the basics from each department and learning what you need to do as a doctor. And then after that, you now have your full license to practice as a doctor, so you have more responsibility on you, and then you get to do more stuff as a doctor in each of these departments, or like even more departments. Now you can now go into subspecialties like maybe ophthalmology and others. Well, I would say I can't really say what the exchange rate is back then compared to what is now. But then it was really sustainable as a doctor, and I would say it's in naira if that makes sense to anyone. So it was at least you be paid 150,000 to 200,000 naira, depends on your region, the state or the hospital. So once you finish your F1, you get signed off to get a full license, then do F2, and then basically you get like signed off as well, to that you can not really sign off, but then it's just like you now saying to yourself that I've worked 2 years as a doctor, and then I can now stand on my own completely. And then for you, it's now depends on what you want to do. If you want to continue wherever you are, that's fine. If you want to go to the UK, the US, or wherever you want to practice medicine, that's fine. If you're already in the UK and you just want to continue, it's up to you. You could either continue as an F3 doctor, that's just like post senior house officer or post F2, or you can go into training, any of the training routes you want to be. Say you want to be a family physician, you want to be a physician like internal medicine, you want to be an obstetrician or gynecologist or whatever. So it's just up to you to do what you want to do afterwards. As a GP trainee, really, you have 3 years of training. So it's divided into 18 months of clinical hospital practice and 18 months of being in a GP. So I started off with all my hospital rotation. So all 18 months, I've had like different hospital rotations. I had like elderly care, I had psychiatry, and I had pediatrics, and I've now transitioned in my ST2 to a GP practice. So you're expected to have your last part of your GP training in a GP surgery, where you actually learn how to be a GP and what it all entails to be a GP, really. So that's then in the future, when you pass all your exams and you qualify as a GP, you then search for a job in a GP practice. For me, I've always wanted family medicine as a specialty, although I'd have loved something a bit narrower, like a system, like maybe nephrology or something. But I just thought about my life. I'm a woman, I need to start a family. So I thought about work-life balance. I need to have time for the little ones as they grow. And I just thought, how would I give back to them? So as a GP, I have the opportunity to work Mondays to Fridays or even 4 times a week, and I have my weekends and my nights free. Whereas in hospital, I have to do nights, I have to do weekends, I have to do long hours. And I thought, okay, fine, I just need to make a sacrifice. And I like the whole spectrum of being in a GP practice, where you could interact with your patients and talk to them one on one. And it's just like very, I wouldn't say easy to go with, but it's just something that you could enjoy doing. Not waste time trying to get into a Nigerian medical school, because all effort was just endless and it was just like a waste of time. And even if I did get into a Nigerian school, I would have done more than 6 years, because a lot of times they'll be on strike or whatnot. So if I were to go back in time, I would not waste time trying to get into Nigerian university. I would just find my way out, get my medical degree, and get things out of the way as soon as possible. So what I would say to people is what I always talk about. Don't go into a career without loving it. That was the mistake a lot of us made whilst we were going into medical school, especially from an African background. You want to please your parents. You're going to study a course for your parents, not for yourself. But I think the world is changing now, and you now have to do it for you, because a career like medicine, for instance, if you're doing it for someone, very, very soon you will get tired, and you will just you can't just cope, and you find yourself not getting enough of what you hope to achieve from medicine. So whatever you want to do, make sure you love it. Medicine, microbiology, engineering, whatever you find yourself doing, do it for you and